Well, I'm just about ready for my first day. I've gotten my first stamp in my credential, passport as it were, and been fussing a little bit with my arrangement of stuff in my backpack. They are expecting thunderstorms tonight and showers tomorrow. Then a stretch of a few sunny days, temperatures in about the 80s. And then actually next week it's supposed to be a good chance of rain all next week. So I've just been trying to make little adjustments along the way. You know, I think I bought some little bit of trail mix and some dried apricots. You know, I don't know, it's just from backpacking days, it's in my brain to do that. Of course it increases some weight, but I like the idea of being able to have snacks along the way, and I really like the idea of never being caught without the opportunity to have something to eat. I don't think that's going to be much of a problem, but I don't want to roll into a town somewhere and frankly either the places are all closed or who knows what. So, you know, as they say, you pack your fears. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm wanting to get a decent night's sleep. It's rather humid out tonight, as you would guess. So it's coming on 10:30, and that's a little late. So I'm gonna sign off here in just a minute. Get up, you know, probably up and out by 7:30-ish, and do it, and just get started. Well, good morning, folks. First day out, 14 miles today. Rained last night. Rain not expected until about 3 o'clock. Pack's a little heavy. As you know, I packed a little bit of extra food, you know, and now I've got my water in. Plus I've got some of Celeste electronics, so the multi-port charger, right? So I probably added a good pound and a half to 2 pounds, which I'm not too happy about, but nonetheless, gonna give it a go, and I'll adjust along the way. So here we go. I'm just about maybe 2 hours, a little less, on the trail here. Sun's coming out, getting more humid. Met a nice French gentleman who walks the GR65 every year. This is his week to walk. And there we go. Took my first water break, just trying to get the pace going, get comfortable with the pack, do all the things. All right, it's noon, and stopped for a brief lunch in Labastide. I'll have to look that up later. Disappointing in that the reservations I was hoping for the gîte in Lascabanes, she's all filled up, so I called another place, hoping to hear back. I mean, again, I'm sure I'll find a spot somewhere along the way, but probably it's a good idea to make my reservations not just a day in advance, but probably 2 days in advance. So my snacks paid off because none of the restaurants were open for lunch, so ta-da, felt good about that. First 8 miles are down, and got 6 left to go. So the weather is starting to turn. They had predicted rain here about 3 o'clock. Feels like it. So here we go. Gonna finish out the day and see what the late afternoon brings me. So far, gear is holding up well. Hips are holding up well. Knees are holding up well. Mood is fine. So that's it for right now, September 12th. All right. Okay, it's a little bit after 2 o'clock. I got my bed situation figured out. I had yesterday texted a woman, called her and then texted, and she said she had nothing available. I sent out calls and texts to 3 other locations, no response. Tried the 4th, and this really charming guy, David, is gonna pick me up in town. His Jeet is about 3.5 kilometers outside of town, and he asked where I'm from. I said California. He said, oh, well, I make my own wine. You're gonna have to try my wine, see how it compares to California at dinner. And I'm like, oh, yes, I'd love to, but I don't drink wine. I don't know the first thing about wine. So I'm trying to hoof it a little bit, get into town. I told him I'd be there in 2 hours, which gave me a little bit of extra time. So I'm trying to figure out how to get reservations set up. As I said before, I may have to call, and reserve 2 days out, but we'll see. So again, everything's holding on. 2 o'clock, full cloud cover, humid, but it's keeping the temperature down, which is good. And hoping that it's not gonna rain. That's about it. Here's a little bit of what the trail looks like. It's quite nice. Well, good morning, September 13th. It's just coming on 8 o'clock. You might have heard the bells in the background. Really nice stay here in Lascabanes. I'll put the name of the Jeep down below, but I would have to highly recommend, if you can get a reservation here, it's more than worth it. And I was able to get the last spot. David, the host, very congenial, a lot of fun. Good dinner, nice breakfast, really good accommodations, very comfortable swimming pool if you're so inclined. Just a real nice spot, so I was very, very happy with it. Able to make my reservations for the next few days running, which gives me a lot of peace of mind. So, met a great man, Rory, from Ireland. A delight to talk to, and he was very helpful in kind of navigating, as he could speak some French and obviously English. So today's 14 miles on the way to Lauzerte, I suppose. We'll see what the day holds. It rained well last night. It's supposed to rain a little bit this morning. So we'll see. Just trying to keep my pack weight down and help my hips navigate. So there we are, folks. Off to another day, and I'll keep you posted as we move along. All right. Oh, and by the way, I did see that one deer that we had been curious about throughout the entire countryside of France. Yeah, there's at least one. It's true. All right. So, just to look out the front door. It's a nice, crisp, clean morning. I remember watching YouTube videos of people on the Camino, and there'd be birds singing in the forest, and I thought, ooh, what a nice thought, you know, the birds are singing for the walker. You know, they're probably doing their own bird thing, but it was a nice image and a nice thought. Well, not 10 feet from where I just was, and after putting the GoPro away, walked right past this thing. You can only imagine. People would live here. I would guess the stories it could tell. This is one of the things I've been waiting to do, to see the little churches and chapels along the way. So many churches have plaques to the locals, I suppose, that died in World War I. Well, a quick lunch up at the church up there, and now back on it. Sun's trying to peek through. Okay. But as I've said before, the cloud cover makes the walking a bit easier. Of course, I've contemplated every single thing that I might be able to get rid of, lighten my load a little bit, and I've got a few items that I'll probably ditch. Okay, take that as it goes. Looking forward to getting into the gîte tonight. I'm in a room with 3 other guys, so we'll see how that plays out. And then in Moisac, I actually went on to booking.com to get an apartment. I had planned a layover day there as well. So got an apartment for 2 nights, and you know, my strategy was to just let myself rest an extra day after a few days of starting this walk. You know, if I'm in it for the long haul, I want to kind of pace myself in the beginning. That's in part why I started in Cahors anyways, not wanting to have to deal with all the ups and downs. So here we are, and on to the next. All right, it's coming on 3 o'clock. Feels like it's been a long day today. Met a couple from Portland, Oregon, Jim and Susie, experienced Camino travelers. They said I'm the first American they've met, and they've been walking for just coming on 3 weeks now from Lipui. So, okay. But I'm about, hopefully a mile from, there's Lauzerte, and the gîte that I'm staying at is just a little ahead of that. So hopefully I'll be there within about the next 20-30 minutes. Get a chance to get the boots off, you know, and settle in for the second day. So you can see the enjoyable countryside. Kind of has the look of a Tuscan hill town.